Have you ever witnessed a moment so raw and honest that it stops time? That's what happened in the boardroom that day. A simple question. An unexpected answer. And suddenly, nothing was the same. If this story already has you on the edge of your seat, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to catch more incredible real-life stories that will touch your heart. Emma Reeves never planned to be called Mommy again. Not after what happened with her own son. But life has a way of surprising us when we least expect it. The morning had started like any other for Emma. She arrived at Horizon Technologies headquarters before 7 a.m., as usual. At 38, she had climbed to the position of CEO through relentless determination and sacrifice. The glass-walled corner office with its panoramic view of the city skyline was the tangible proof of her success. But on days like today, when the first rays of sunlight painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, she sometimes wondered if the view was worth what she had given up to earn it. Emma's assistant had scheduled a meeting with Daniel Carter, the new project manager for their upcoming software launch. She had only interacted with him briefly during his interview 3 months ago, but his innovative ideas and quiet confidence had impressed her. His resume noted that he was a single father, which had actually worked in his favor during hiring. Emma appreciated people who could juggle multiple responsibilities while maintaining excellence in their work. She was reviewing his latest project proposal when her office door opened. Daniel walked in, but he wasn't alone. A small girl with curly brown hair and eyes that seemed too wise for her 5 or 6 years clutched his hand tightly. "Ms. Reeves, I'm so sorry," Daniel said, his voice strained. "My daughter's school called just as I was heading to our meeting. Lily has a fever, and their policy is that she can't stay. My regular sitter is out of town, and I couldn't find a backup on such short notice. I completely understand if you want to reschedule." Emma surprised herself by saying, "No need. We can still have our meeting." She gestured to the small sofa in the corner of her office. "Lily can rest there while we talk." Relief washed over Daniel's face. "Thank you. I promise she won't be any trouble." As they discussed the project timeline, Emma found herself occasionally glancing at the little girl. Lily had fallen asleep, her small chest rising and falling with each breath, a stuffed rabbit clutched tightly in her arms. There was something about the child that tugged at Emma's heart in a way she hadn't felt in years. Their meeting ran longer than expected, and by the time they finished, Lily had awakened. She sat quietly, watching them with curious eyes. "Thank you for understanding," Daniel said as he gathered his papers. "This isn't how I usually operate." "Being a single parent can't be easy," Emma replied. "How long has it been just the two of you?" A shadow crossed Daniel's face. "Since she was 2. Her mother decided that family life wasn't what she wanted after all." Emma nodded, understanding more than he knew. "If you need to bring her in again, my door is open." Over the next few weeks, Emma found herself looking forward to her meetings with Daniel. His project was progressing well, and on the rare occasions when Lily accompanied him, Emma made sure to have a small basket of children's books and quiet toys available. She told herself it was simply good business to accommodate a valuable employee, but deep down, she knew there was more to it. One afternoon, as Daniel was presenting his latest update, Lily approached Emma's desk with a drawing. "This is for you," the little girl said shyly, handing over a colorful crayon creation. Emma accepted it with genuine delight. "Thank you, Lily. Is this us?" The drawing showed 3 stick figures holding hands. Lily nodded. "That's Daddy, that's me, and that's you." Daniel looked embarrassed. "She's been drawing our work friend a lot lately." Emma carefully pinned the drawing to her bulletin board, right next to her quarterly projections. "I'm honored to make the cut." As summer approached, Daniel's project was entering its critical phase. The team was working longer hours, and Emma often found herself staying late to troubleshoot problems alongside them. One evening, she discovered Daniel in the break room, trying to help Lily with homework while simultaneously reviewing code on his laptop. Why don't I help Lily while you finish up? Emma offered before she could stop herself. Daniel hesitated. You're the CEO. You shouldn't be babysitting. I'm also someone who remembers what it's like to try to do everything at once, Emma said quietly. Let me help. That evening marked a shift in their relationship. Emma sat with Lily, helping her sound out words in her reading book. The little girl leaned against Emma's arm, her small finger tracing under each word as she read. The simple human contact, something Emma had been missing for so long, felt like a warm current flowing through her veins. When Daniel finished his work, he found them laughing together over a silly story Lily had created about a rabbit astronaut. You're really good with her, he said as they walked to the parking garage. She doesn't warm up to people easily. Emma smiled. She makes it easy. Their professional relationship gradually developed personal dimensions. Emma found herself accepting Daniel's invitation to join them for ice cream after a Saturday morning project meeting. Then it was a trip to the Children's Museum. A picnic in the park. Each time, Emma told herself it was just friendly support for a valuable employee, but each time, she found herself lingering longer, laughing more freely than she had in years. Lily began to look for Emma whenever she came to the office, running to her with stories and drawings. Emma found herself keeping a drawer in her desk stocked with healthy snacks that she knew the little girl liked. She started scheduling meetings with Daniel around Lily's school events, making it easier for him to attend her kindergarten graduation and spring concert. The company's annual family picnic arrived in early June. Emma had always made an appearance at these events, circulating among employees for an appropriate amount of time before retreating to her office or home. This year, however, she found herself spending the entire afternoon with Daniel and Lily, helping the little girl navigate the face-painting line and cheering her on during the sack race. As the sun began to set, Lily fell asleep on a picnic blanket, her head resting on Emma's lap. Emma absently stroked the child's curls, watching the fireflies begin to appear over the grassy field. You've changed our lives, you know, Daniel said softly, his eyes on his sleeping daughter. Emma felt a lump form in her throat. You've changed mine too. The project launch was scheduled for mid-July. The entire team had been working around the clock, and Emma had barely seen Daniel or Lily for 2 weeks. The night before the launch, she was reviewing the final details in the conference room when Daniel appeared at the door. Everything's set, he said. The team is running the last checks now. Emma nodded, suddenly aware of how much she had missed seeing him. You've done an incredible job, Daniel. This launch is going to be a success because of your leadership. He smiled, but there was something hesitant in his expression. I was wondering if you might want to come over for dinner tomorrow night. To celebrate. Lily's been asking when she'll see you again. Emma felt her heart skip. I'd like that very much. The launch went flawlessly. By 6 o'clock, Emma found herself standing on Daniel's doorstep, a bottle of sparkling cider in one hand and a small gift bag for Lily in the other. The little girl flung open the door before she could knock. You came. Lily exclaimed, throwing her arms around Emma's waist. The evening was perfect in its simplicity. Daniel had prepared a pasta dinner, and Lily proudly showed Emma how she had set the table, all by myself. They ate and laughed, and afterward, Emma helped Lily build a blanket fort in the living room where they read stories until the little girl's eyes grew heavy. As Emma tucked Lily into bed, the child wrapped her arms around Emma's neck and whispered, I love you, Mommy. Emma froze, her heart pounding. She glanced at Daniel, who stood in the doorway, his expression unreadable. After Lily fell asleep, Emma and Daniel sat on the porch swing, a comfortable silence between them until Emma finally spoke. Daniel, about what Lily said. He looked at her, his eyes reflecting the porch light. I know I should correct her, but I haven't had the heart. She's never had a mother figure before you. I'm not sure what to say, Emma admitted. I care about her, about both of you, more than I expected to. But I'm her boss's boss. There are boundaries. Daniel nodded slowly. I understand. If you want to step back, I won't hold it against you professionally. Emma looked out at the quiet street, thinking about the path that had led her here. I lost my son 8 years ago, she said, the words coming out before she could stop them. Car accident. My husband was driving. He didn't survive either. Daniel's hand found hers in the darkness. Emma, I'm so sorry. After that, I threw myself into work. It was easier than feeling. Easier than remembering. She took a deep breath. Until Lily drew that picture of the three of us, I hadn't been on anyone's family portrait in 8 years. The next morning, Emma called an emergency board meeting. She laid out her situation clearly. She had developed feelings for an employee and his daughter, and she wanted to pursue a relationship without compromising the company's policies or her professional integrity. The board members exchanged glances. The head of HR suggested that Daniel could be transferred to report to another executive, with clear documentation and transparency. Others nodded in agreement, some even smiling at the unexpected personal revelation from their usually private CEO. 2 days later, Emma invited Daniel to her office for an official meeting. He arrived looking apprehensive, clearly expecting to be told that their personal relationship needed to end. Instead, Emma handed him transfer paperwork that would move him under the CTO's direct supervision. If you're willing to deal with a bit of corporate restructuring, she said, I'd like to see where this goes. The three of us. Daniel's smile was answer enough. 3 months later, Emma was working late when her office door opened. Lily bounded in, followed by Daniel. We brought dinner. Lily announced, holding up a takeout bag. Daddy said you forget to eat when you're working hard. As they spread the food out on Emma's conference table, one of the board members walked by, stopping to greet them. And who might this young lady be? She asked Lily with a smile. I'm Lily, the child replied cheerfully. We're having dinner with Mommy because she works too much. The board member's eyebrows shot up as she looked at Emma. Mommy? Emma felt her cheeks flush. Before she could respond, Daniel stepped forward. Ms. Reeves has become very important to us, he explained. Lily has grown quite attached. The board member nodded and continued on her way, but Emma could see the questions in her eyes. Later, after Lily had fallen asleep on Emma's office sofa, the board member returned. I didn't mean to create an awkward moment earlier, she said. I was just surprised to hear her call you that. Emma looked at the sleeping child, then back at her colleague. To be honest, so was I the first time it happened. And how do you feel about it now? Emma considered the question carefully. For years after I lost my son, I thought I'd never hear that word again. I thought I didn't want to. It hurt too much. She smiled softly. But when Lily says it, it feels like healing. The following week, Emma was presenting at the company's quarterly all-hands meeting. Daniel and his team were being recognized for the successful project launch. As she called him to the stage to accept the department's award, Lily broke away from the childcare room where the employees' children were being supervised and ran down the aisle. Mommy, she called out, waving excitedly. The room fell silent. Hundreds of eyes turned to Emma, waiting to see how she would respond to this public declaration. Emma knelt down and opened her arms, letting Lily run into them. Then she stood, lifting the child onto her hip with practiced ease. For those of you who might be wondering, she said into the microphone, her voice steady despite her racing heart, yes, this little one calls me Mommy. And recently, someone asked me why. She looked at Daniel, who stood watching her with pride and love in his eyes. The truth is, love finds us in unexpected places. Sometimes it finds us when we've stopped looking. Sometimes it finds us when we think we don't deserve it anymore. She kissed Lily's forehead. I spent years building this company, thinking it was all I needed. I was wrong. This little girl and her father have taught me that success isn't measured in quarterly reports or market share. It's measured in bedtime stories and Saturday morning pancakes and hearing the word "mommy" when you thought that chapter of your life was closed forever. The room erupted in applause. As Emma handed the microphone to Daniel, she saw tears in his eyes that matched her own. 6 months later, Emma stood in her office, packing the personal items from her desk. The drawing Lily had given her that first day was carefully preserved in a frame. She placed it in the box alongside the family photos that now adorned her workspace, pictures of the three of them at the beach, at Lily's 6th birthday party, at the small wedding ceremony they had held in Daniel's backyard just 1 month ago. A knock at her door made her look up. The entire executive team stood there, champagne and glasses in hand. "We still think you're making a mistake," the CFO said with a smile. "But we respect your decision." Emma laughed. Taking a 6-month sabbatical isn't a mistake. It's an investment in what matters most. She glanced at the new family photo on her desk. "I missed too much of my son's life because I was building my career. I won't make that mistake again." "And after the 6 months," the COO asked. "I'll be back, but on new terms. 3 days in the office, 2 days working from home. No more 80-hour weeks." She smiled. "I have school plays to attend and a stepdaughter who needs help with her homework." As her colleagues toasted her new beginning, Emma's phone buzzed with a text from Daniel. "Lily's school just called. She won the first grade spelling bee. She can't wait to tell you." Emma smiled as she typed her reply, "Tell her mommy is on her way." That evening, as Emma helped Lily get ready for bed in what was now their home, the little girl looked up at her with serious eyes. "Are you really my mommy now? Forever and ever?" Emma sat on the edge of the bed, pulling Lily close. "In every way that matters, yes. Love makes a family, not just blood." "That's what Daddy said too," Lily nodded, satisfied. "He said you were sad because you lost your little boy, but now you have me, and I have you, and that makes both of us not sad anymore." Emma felt tears prick her eyes. "Your daddy is very wise. He said you're his miracle," Lily continued, snuggling under her covers. "And I'm your miracle. And you're my miracle too." As Emma turned out the light and closed Lily's bedroom door, she found Daniel waiting in the hallway. "She called me mommy again today," Emma said softly. "It still takes my breath away every time." Daniel wrapped his arms around her. "You know, when you first asked me why I let her call you that, I didn't have the words to explain it. I just knew it felt right." "And now?" Emma asked, leaning into his embrace. "Now I know why," he said. "Because you were always meant to be her mother. You were always meant to be part of our story." Emma thought about the long, winding path that had led her here, through loss and grief, through success and loneliness, to this unexpected second chance at family. "The day Lily first called me mommy," she whispered, "was the day I started living again." Sometimes the most profound journeys begin with the simplest words. For Emma Reeves, CEO and grieving mother, it was a child's innocent question that changed everything. For Daniel Carter, single father and project manager, it was finding the courage to open his heart again. And for little Lily, it was simply recognizing love when she saw it. If this story touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories that remind us of the power of love and second chances. Sometimes the family we need finds us when we least expect it, and sometimes the most healing words are the ones we thought we'd never hear again.